To all LGBTQ plus folks whose parents didn't recognize the gift, we did. The ancestors. Honestly, this book had me right there. Before page 1, before the plot, before the pain, before the poetry. This dedication was the song. This is Issac's Song by Daniel Black, an unforgettable work of historical fiction rooted in truths queer folk know by blood.
I know that's all right.
I had found this book through Book of the Month, a subscription service that lets you choose from a curated list of books every month. That, and I was also hooked in by the free hat. Shout out to marketing. But what kept me wasn't the merch, it was this book. I wanted to read more this year, so I hit subscribe and got blessed with a narrative that held me, broke me, and then put me back together again with sacred thread.
Let's get into it.
This tale follows Issac, a young black man shaped by a father who believed toughness was the only way to love and repression was a kind of discipline. Born in Missouri but raised on survival, Issac learns early how to bury parts of himself deep. But in the late 80s Chicago, Issac starts to bloom. He finds art, finds kin, and starts to live his life out loud. That is, until history crashes through the door. The AIDS crisis, Rodney King, and the silent grief of a country that refuses to care for those it harms.
Love has never been a popular movement.
His therapist gives him the task to write about his memories, his past. So he does. What starts as therapy becomes testimony through the past, ancestral roots, trauma, and unexpected revelations. He's writing to survive, to sing, to remember, to heal.
Living got to be living.
You should read this book if you're queer, out or in, loud or quiet. Issac's story is our story. The hush, the ache, the longing to be whole in front of family, friends, God. The book honors that complexity without asking us to shrink. You love books where every sentence is doing something. Every sentence in Issac's song is clocked in, laced with meaning, and carrying its own emotional weight. Daniel Black masterfully stitches symbols into the seams. A glance, silence, a song in the background, none of it is filler. It all circles back, building towards something sacred. It's less like reading a novel and more like witnessing life unfold in real time. You want fiction that feels lived. Though it's technically historical fiction, this book feels like it was pulled from someone's diary. These aren't just characters, they're cousins, they're brothers, they're sisters, mothers, dads, they're us. They've been here before. They're still here.
We're not going anywhere.
I honestly didn't expect to cry this much reading through this book. Not the pretty single tear kind, the soul release kind. This book pressed its hand on my back and whispered, "Keep going." It challenged me to think about the stories I've buried and how many memories shape reality. How healing sometimes starts by speaking something ugly out loud just to make room for something beautiful. And then there was the spiritual. I mean, Daniel Black doesn't just write about queerness, he writes it as divinity. A thread in the ancestral weave. It had me wondering about the spirits watching over me. If they see me fully, if they love me unconditionally. And this book said yes, loudly. Honestly, Issac's song didn't just feel like a good book, it felt like it was written about me, for me. It's a reminder that while the world may try to silence our song, only we can sing it. Issac's Song by Daniel Black is certified Yap material. It's the kind of material that yaps back and asks you, where's your song? And why haven't you sung it yet?
There may not be, as much humanity in the world as one would like to see. But there is some. There's more than one would think.
Now let it all marinate. Drop a comment if you've also read Issac's Song, or if there is a book that's yapped at your soul lately. I'm building a library of healing, one story at a time.
Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you.